reached out to our friends in the labor movement across the country, and we began working with them more closely than ever before. Then the war on students, public employees, unions, and the middle class began. Alabama lawmakers fired the first shot, a ban on payroll deduction. Then came Wisconsin, Indiana, Florida, New Jersey, Idaho, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, and the list goes on. But we were ready and we fought back. In Alabama, we overturned the dues deduction law in court. Members lined up eagerly to proudly switch over to a new way of collecting dues in the NEA, continue to fight for students. Thank you, Alabama, for leading the way and standing strong. Wisconsin, you are the home of the first collective bargaining law for public employees. And when Governor Walker and his cronies began their assault, you gathered 100,000 people in the state capitol. And now, we have been planning a summer party, and they're working to recall 6 state senators among the crushed union. Thank you, Wisconsin, for standing strong. In Idaho, our members are also working to support a public referendum to repeal the laptops for teachers law and 2 other ones. They've collected 50% more signatures than they need the most ever in the history of Idaho. Thank you, Idaho, for standing. In Michigan, the face of relentless attacks on unions, NEA is gearing up for the recall elections this summer. Thank you, Michigan, for standing strong. In Ohio, our members and friends are challenging the anti-union Senate Bill 5. Now listen to this bill. And they have collected 1,298,301 signatures to put it on the ballot. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The law required that they collect 3% of the number of people who voted, their signatures, in at least 2/3 of the county. But that wasn't good enough for an OEA. They collected 6% in all 88 counties. Thank you, Ohio, for standing strong. From Florida to Pennsylvania, Arizona to New Jersey, Tennessee to New Hampshire, wherever our members have been attacked, they have stood strong under fire. Thank you, all of NEA, for standing strong. In a distant mention, we can stand with them by supporting an increase in the legislative crisis fund. When our affiliates reach out for help, NEA will be there. We can win this war if we stand together and stand strong. Now, I can't tell you how proud I am of the defense we've mounted. And I'm energized by all the things our members and affiliates have been doing. But it's not enough. Standing strong does not mean standing still. If we want to move forward, and we need to do just that, we can't just defend against attacks. We must lead. There's an old adage: lead, follow, or get out of the way. And NEA, the largest labor union in America, we have a responsibility to lead, and we will do that. Let's start by taking control of our own profession. Consider the fact that 47% of all new teachers hired in America leave during the first 5 years. And then to listen to the critics, they say their biggest problem is figuring out how to fire even more. That is ridiculous. The makes no sense to have a system that allows anyone to try their hand at teaching and then say, gosh, I guess we have to fire those that shouldn't have been hired in the first place. That's crazy. Why not instead create a system so people who enter the classroom in the first place are qualified, properly trained, and licensed? That system must change, and we can't depend on someone else to do it. And for too long, we have watched and allowed evaluation systems exist that don't work. We've seen professional development come and go, and it's an absolute joke. We have watched policymakers define solutions that we know won't work and that we know are wrong for students. The time for watching is over. It's time to take responsibility for our profession. We have an incredible opportunity to take a giant step toward that goal. We can adopt the policy statement on teacher evaluation and accountability. As teachers, we know what evaluation and accountability should look like if it was really designed to improve professional practice.
I recently moved from Detroit, Michigan, and now I live in
This policy statement is in on the record for the first time, calling for a comprehensive overhaul of both teacher evaluation and accountability systems. Systems that are designed to advance learning and professional practice. It also calls for our association to take responsibility for ensuring the development, implementation, and enforcement of these high-quality systems. The voice of teachers and educators must not be silenced and marginalized by people who don't have a clue what teaching is. Folks who couldn't survive a day in your classroom. They have no idea what general math right after lunch looks like. At the same time, we fight to improve the quality of public education. We must keep fighting for equal opportunity and equity. This is a moral imperative. 57 years after Brown versus Board of Education, our public schools are still unequal. Achievement gaps are the result of opportunity gaps. A few months ago, we heard a lot about the international assessment, the PISA test. And we heard a lot about the U.S. students didn't score as high as other countries like Finland and Canada. What I bet you didn't hear is that if you only look at our students from schools where there is less than 10% poverty, our students are number one in the world. So for some children, the system is working all well. But not for the 20% of the children in this country who live in poverty. And for all those so-called reformers out there, stop trying to convince us that poverty doesn't matter. Any teacher or paraprofessional who has watched their students' head drop in fatigue because they are tired and hungry, they know that poverty matters. Any educator who notices a child can't read the board but doesn't have money for classes knows that poverty matters. And any educator who determines the child didn't have access to early childhood education, they know too well that poverty matters. You know, I know of no family of means in America who would deny their own children preschool, child care, good nutrition, and all those other opportunities from soccer to music to dance to art. So if our nation wants to remain strong and prosperous, why would we perpetuate